Al Tavin's at the burger shed, he ordered a number 3. Bacon double cheeseburger, curly fries you'll see. Tavin ramping up the holler, Tavin trying to make a dollar. Tavin, give him a holler, he'll mow your grass today.
Welcome to the Tavin Dillard podcast, y'all guys. My name's Tavin Dillard. Once upon a time, I drawed a fully mature peacock with a squirrel in a headlock, and I'm looking at a hoodie right now with that on the front ways of it. That's an old one. It's a good one. I'm thinking about doing some more fall art, so like a fall craft this fall. Sometimes I do that. I think I did one this year where I put it on eBay. I auctioned it off. You know, so kind of a one-of-a-kind fall craft. Also thinking through what I need, you know, there's people that have requested stuff over the years. Like, I've done calendars before for next year's, you know, like 20 out 26 would be, you know, next year's. But I don't know if I'm going to do one yet. I'm just trying, and people would ask for a new shirt, but I don't know what new shirt I'd do. You know, just kind of, I wouldn't say I'm stalled out over here, but I'm just kicking some things around, noodling on some stuff. But I do have Tavin's Lawn Care Services. I'm a mowing, edging, grass cutting legend. Doing some greetings. Folks had different events they wanted me to, you know, talk about, you know, anniversary, birthday, that kind of thing. So that's been fun to do, you know, and then I've been, well, yes, false times. I got to tell you, two things happened in town this week, so I'm going to be covering them both in this podcast. I will say that I noticed on the emails that folks been sending into Q&A, which triggered me in my brain part of my head where I was like, oh, this is about the time folks should be sending them in. We got today and then next week's episode, and in 2 weeks, it's the Q&A. So I'm going to need some questions. Now, what I've done, you know, more of is answered them during the course of the season, as they say. But the thing about that is, you don't want to do that every week and then come to the end of the season and you ain't got no more questions left to answer. So if y'all can send them in, tavindillard@gmail.com. That's the best way. Just the subject can be, you know, season 14 Q&A or Q&A question, something like that. And so I've been trying to keep track of those. I always try to remember the ones that I missed for last season and include them in this season. You know, I ain't the most organized person, y'all guys. So there's things that I do forget, and then there's things that I remember. I remember to go to work, I remember to do my job, that kind of thing, but then I don't always catch everything that's coming through the emails, I guess. Maybe I do. I don't know. I ain't researched how accurate I am. I don't have a number. I haven't done the mathematicals on that. But I do tell you that Friday night, there was what they call fall festivals at the Nursin Home. So I'll let y'all know how that go. And then Saturday, what happened was Bud started early, kicked off, you know, Halloween's like, you know, 6 days before Halloween's. He decided to do a costume contest. This is news to everybody. It's like, what in the world? But I'll tell you how that went too. So show notes today, you can just check them. I mean, I'll just put my website on there. You go to my website, it's tickets to my live shows coming up. You know, Nashville was a hoot, and Los Angeles is next. So if you can head out there in December, that'll be great. And then my email will be there so that you can ask me a question for the Q&A or send that in so I can start getting them organized, because 2 weeks from today, if you don't ask questions, I ain't got nothing to answer, and that's how that go. So that's that. That's the show notes today. You'll see my website and my email, and then you can holler at me that way. You know what? I'll put in the Venmo too. Who helped me out here recently? I think it was Pat. Well, let me go look, because I want to thank them for helping out the podcast with a little virtual tip. It was Pam. Pam S. Thanks so much for sending that in. Appreciate it. Did get it. And it's a big help, you know, keep this podcast going like that away. So what's your Halloween's plans, y'all guys? You know, it's just in a few days. If you listen to this on the day it come out, then you know that Halloween's is at the end of this week. You got plans, you celebrate it, you do something else, what's the deal? I'll tell you one thing, local businesses in our little town, they got candy, and people buy different things. You know, now the candy companies, what they do, what the candy companies do now is they market, like they package stuff for Halloween. Like, this is a bag of little tiny pieces of our candy that you can hand out for Halloween. Listen, you know how you got your name? You know how you made You made a name for yourself in the world of candy by selling just your regular candy. You know what people want when they look in them little trick-or-treat bags? Just your regular candy. Well, I know what you're thinking, Tabin, that's pretty expensive. I can't hand out a full-size candy bar to every kid in town. Could you not? Could you not hand out a regular-sized candy bar to every kid in town? I mean, have you tried? I mean, worst case scenario is you get regular-sized candy bars and you cut them in half, and then the kids say, thank you, or if they're like, uh-oh, this one's already been opened, you say, that's okay, I cut it in half, eat it. You know, you get more that way than a fun size. Back in the 80s, buddy, back in the 80s, it was a big old push that, boy, they scared the life out of any kid who wanted to trick-or-treat in the 1980s. It was like, well, if a nuclear war don't start before Halloween, you know, that's the first thing to scare you. Then the B on the list is somebody's gonna put a needle or some sort of thing in your candy, or they gonna poison your candy, and then all of a sudden, them old ladies is making popcorn balls and wrapping them in that little saran wraps. Nope, boy, parents would grab those popcorn balls, and poor little lady who'd spent, you know, 3 days putting together popcorn balls, dyeing them different colors, green with that food color and all them kind of colors. Parents are just taking them, breaking them open, making sure no poison's in there, and then just throwing them away because they like, well, I still ain't sure if there's no poison in here. We can't be too safe. And all of a sudden, any handmade thing in the 80s, if you made your own candy, forget about it. Boom. Boy, they put you on the naughty list. And then you had to get specially wrapped. I mean, regular, you know, candy wrap, but anything that looked like it might be. The only other thing that was safe was like an unsharpened pencil, and that'll just make a trick-or-treater mad. Boy, that'll just make you, that'll fire you up, man. If you're a little kiddo, you look in your bag and you say, you gave me a pencil with an eraser, you didn't even take the time to sharpen it. I know it's safer unsharpened, you know, I know that as an adult, but as a kid, you ain't got no business. I'll tell you what happens to them pencils. They do them pencil fights, you know, where one buddy holds the pencil, you know, long ways, and then the other buddy flicks it and tries to break that pencil in half. That's what goes on with them. So they turn it into a game, but it ain't no candy they can eat, and the only candy you could eat back in had to be, boy, sealed up good from the factory. That's the kind of thing. But anyhow, I don't know your plans, but we had the businesses in our town, you know, like Maggie's Flowers, Donut Goes, Burger Shed, Sonic, Uptown Gal, Early Bird Gets the Perm, Sutter Me Up, Thunder Punch, the flea market. Rance had some out there at Fishing Clips too. They all had these little, you know, pieces of candy, you know, candy bowls. Come on in, take it, get a little piece of candy kind of thing, and that's fine. That's fine. Bud, though, speaking of the Burger Shed, went a little bit further this year. You know about that? You know, like going to extra mile, they call it. You go to extra mile. How do you go to extra mile? Well, the way you go to extra mile is you do what nobody's expecting. They think, okay, well, we got little bowls. You know, Chamber of Commerce is coming around sprinkling candy in different businesses, and you can put out your own bowl or whatever, and that's fine. And now you celebrating the little season. You being nice, and you being making kids' days or whatever, right? Well, that's not what Bud did this year, y'all guys. Like, he did have a little bowl of candy, but he said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have a costume contest. Hey, everybody, hey. The Burger Shed is have a costume contest if you want to dress up. And who's the judges? His wife, Nita, Gracie Dilroy, and Mort Dwight's wife, Donna Glenda. So them gals was the judges. Now, here's the deal. A lot of adults like to dress up. You know, a lot of mamas like to match their kiddos or them little babies. Like, oh, I'm a beekeeper and this baby's dressed like a bee, or whatever it is, you know, that kind of thing. Well, the costume contest, Bud had to figure out real quick to say, oh, this is for kids. You know, you can't be an adult and show up here and thinking you're going to win. Now, when you hear contest, you think, okay, there's winners, there's losers, there's first place, all that. And you be exactly right, y'all guys. You be exactly right on that. Then also, there's prizes. So you ain't just entering a contest to say you won it, okay? This ain't just like, you know, playing break the pencil with your buddy and then you know who won and you just got the thrill of winning and then you're done after that. No, they actually, you taking home a prize from the contest. So you see where this is going? We got Nita, Gracie Dilroy, Mort Dwight's wife, Donna Glenda. They judging costumes that folks is wearing to the Burger Shed this past weekend. All kinds of costumes, y'all guys. I mean, I don't know. Now, some of these folks, their plumbing ain't great inside their trailer or their house, but they decide what they do spend their money on. And they might not have great indoor heating, but their kids got a pretty good Pokemon's outfit. Or Spider-Man's, Star Wars, Spider-Man, that kind of thing. Champ Tharp, you know him? His folks run Lady in a Trampoline. That's a trampoline delivery service in town. Rusty Tidwell's got a trampoline. That's in the backyard. Mort Dwidell, you probably know this, he got a front yard trampoline. Well, anyhow, little Champ Tharp, he's dressed up like Alan Jackson. He carried a little guitar and everything. You had that cowboy hat on, you know Alan Jackson, hey, country music star. Anyhow, that's Champ. I don't know how old he is now, but he's still little. So them are the kind of costumes that win, though. You know, you go to Extra Mile, just like Bud's going to Extra Mile. When you putting together your own costume, where it ain't just like, oh, take it off the shelf at the Walmarts, but we gotta put this together and make it right. You know, that's pretty good. Now, you probably ain't winning a costume contest if you just cutting eye holes in a bed sheet and telling everybody you a ghost. I don't like ghosts, buddy. No, I don't do the spooky. I do not do the spooky. Boy, they had a haunted house one time in the parking lot at Rickard's grocery store. And, boy, the gal on the microphone, Mary Beth Reeves, it ain't Mary Beth Tucker, this is an older gal in town. Whoo, like that away. No, thank you. And just when you think, okay, that's done, now let me just get through this little maze they set up and get out of here, because ain't nothing fun about none of this, I hear that old, whoo. Nope. Didn't need to do it once. 100% didn't need to do it twice. So I'm trying to shuffle through that. It's like a trailer or some kind, they brought it in, hooked up to like it's like a fifth wheel, I guess. And then they got a little maze in there and it's all dark and some lights and like smoke machine. And then you just hear that, whoo. No thanks. Out of there. I don't do the spooky, y'all guys. Don't like it. And I'm sorry if any folks that's listened to the podcast, they dogs just went crazy. I have heard that happen before when I tell that story. So I'm pretty sure that's happened. But anyways, you can let me know if it did. But that ain't what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to tell you what happened so you know how unnecessary it was for them to do all that in the parking lot of Rickard's grocery store. Just have fun, y'all guys. You ain't got to be all spooky. Anyhow, thing about it was you had to be there to win your prize. You had to be present at the burger shed. You couldn't show up, hey, look at me. Okay, I'm out of here. Go trick or treat. See you later. If you ain't there when they announced the winners, them judges, Nita, Gracie Dilroy, and Donna Glenda, and when they announced the winner and you ain't there, tough luck. On to the next person on the list. Then they gonna win it. You got to be present. That's a good business move, bud. That's a very good business move. Because you know what people do when they waiting around for the winner to be announced at the burger shed? That's right. They're like, oh, I didn't think I was hungry, but look at them curly fries. I'll try. Oh, I wouldn't mind the shake. It's Halloween. Who cares? Calories don't count on Halloweens, that kind of thing. And truth be told, it wasn't Halloween. It's the Saturdays before, but people got events all week long, and then you could just say, well, it's a Halloween event, and then calories don't count on that day neither. Anyhow, all I'm saying is you got everybody camping out at the burger shed waiting for costume contest news. And it ain't like these kids is winning a new bike, y'all guys. I said there's prizes in the first place or whatever, but it's all coupons or gift cards to the burger shed. I mean, you talk about a business mastermind, that's Bud right there. Let me have a contest, and people got to come to my shop to enter the contest. And boy, oh, you want to leave? Well, now you could leave, but if I announce the winner and you ain't here, you ain't winning. So then people stay in at your business, and then if you win, what are you going to get? Oh, a coupon or a gift card, so you can circle right on back to the burger shed and give them a little more business, of course, at a discount and maybe even free, depending on how much you spend there, because of how much is on gift card. Anyways, I ain't got to explain the world of gift cards to you. But it's different amounts on them coupons or gift cards depending on what place you got. And Bud asked me if I would hang out and dip the caramel apples. He was giving those away. So, I mean, here's the thing about Bud. He really help out the community. He'd like to do things that bring people together, and he's just a big old staple in the community, as they say. And he heated up some caramel on the stovetop in the back. He had like a little card table with a hot pad on it, and then he'd bring that hot caramel out, and then I'm over there dipping it and then putting it on this wax paper that was on like a cookie sheet or whatever. Don't matter. All I'm saying is that was my job. Now, I don't know. I'm a full-grown man, so I've been around all kinds of treats in my life. I don't know that I ever spent that much time dipping apples. Probably hadn't. I can't remember no time that happened like that. Like, I made some stuff in Meemaw's trailer for the holidays before, but I ain't steady just dipping caramel apple after caramel apple, and there's dead giveaways. I mean, ain't nobody paying for them. It's like, there you go. Basically, what I'm saying, y'all guys, is Burger Shed was the place to be. I was there dipping apples into caramel. Bud only was doing the costume contest for the kids, like I said. Well, Jerry, Don, and Sybil Farnhart, they got word of that. That's Rance's parents. They decided to do one for the adults. So they saying, okay, adults, if you dressed up, here's what's going to happen. The winner gets $50 to spend at the flea market. And, $50 can go a long way at the flea market. And that's Jerry, Don, and Sybil's flea market. I don't think they have proper coupons or nothing like that. I don't know if Jerry Don wrote it on the back of a paper towel or how they worked that out, but he was like, basically, we're gonna give the adult winner a gift card or a coupon to the old flea market that we run. So that was that. Cricket, she dressed up like a ballerina. She wasn't from no movie or show, nothing like that, just a regular ballerina. I was a karate champ. I mean, I was dressed like one. I do have quick hands, but I ain't a karate champ. Cannonball champ, yeah, that's a different story. We ain't talking about that right now. But Myron Curtis, he is a dinosaur. You ever seen a dinosaur on a moped? I have. I also seen Myron Curtis lay that moped down because he couldn't see out of them dinosaur eyes or whatever they was. Too many moving parts, buddy. Myron couldn't keep it all straight. Just change once you get to town's what I'd say. It's safer than a T-Rex rolling into a ditch on Main Street. You want to know who won? Rusty Tidwell. Yeah, boy, Dark Horse. Didn't see that one coming from nowhere, did you? He dressed up like Coach Hicks. Buddy is dead on, down to the whistle around his neck and his cowboy boots with his shorts, everything. Now Rusty's got $50 to spend at the flea market. I mean, his wife does. I think she took it, but that's how it go. I mean, Rusty earned that thing. Meemaw drove down to the flea market in her 91 Buick Regal, not to try to win because of a costume, but just to ask for her own $50 gift card. Now, that's the thing. That may not be making sense to you. So here's the deal. Jerry, Don, and Sybil, they went down to the Burger Shed and said, hey, adults, if you want to enter to win this, come on down, come on by the flea market. So there are basically two locations that's really hopping last weekend, and some parents left their kids. They said, you stay here, because if he calls the winner and you ain't here, I'm going to be pretty mad, because I stitched that costume myself, and you need to win, kind of thing. And then we're going to try to win our own. Parents was hoping the kids was going to win food to the Burger Shed. They's going to win a gift certificate to the old flea market. So, the town was humming. She didn't get one, though. Meemaw didn't get a gift card. Jerry Don told her that ain't going to work. You can't just come down and demand a gift card. But, my Meemaw, she ain't no quitter, so she went down and tried it anyhow. Cricket didn't win nothing, but we both got free caramel apples at the Burger Shed since I was helping make them. Well, you know what I'm going to tell you about before I get to who won the Halloween contest for the kiddos and they got a little, got Burger Shed gift certificate is, the night before, talking about cricket made me remember they had a little Falls Festival down at the Nursin Home. Well, you got these things planned. And I was working down there too. They paid me to help. So what I do is I bring them carts out. They got them trays. They like stainless steel carts, and you can put like a bowl of mashed taters on there, or some pot roast, or styrofoam cups. Really anything that you want to sit on it, you could sit on it and then roll it out. Well, they had this punch, this kind of like Halloween punch that they did, where you put dry ice in it. You know about that dry ice? Don't touch it with your hands. But you put it in there, it looks like it's smoking, like it's a brew. And then they put is orange sherbet and 7-Up. and then they had that dry ice in there, and so it was foaming. But that's a good little punch, little punch down at the Halloween things. And folks had all their little costumes on, their little outfits, and Doreen Fundle made a big old stink about how you can't be scary. She don't like scary. Captain Thunderboots is going to be scared, and she don't think he have a strong heart anymore because he's an older goldfish and he can't take surprises and don't like to be scared. And I'm thinking, Doreen, leave the fish in your room. Ain't nobody need to see your fish come out to the mess hall. He don't drink none of that punch. And then they had little treats out there, them individually wrapped candies on the tables, and folks could sit. They did a little Halloween bingo. Cricket was calling numbers for that. So it was a busy weekend. Friday nights when the fall festivals happened at the nursing home. Saturday nights is Bud, impromptu town-wide costume contest for the kiddos. So everything was going pretty good. It's basically like eat a little bit, snack a little bit, play a little bingo. They weren't going too crazy down there. Doreen Fundle, she done dressed like Santa Claus, and she's done that before. She said she was Santa Claus a couple Christmases back. I think that she just kept it simple and used the costumes she already had. Elmore Fisdale, he was dressed like Batman, had a little cape on. The belt was too loose. It's kind of falling down around his ankles. He is skinny little Batman. And then Dewey Morton was there, and he had like a cape on, and then he also had like an eye patch, and then like a bandana. So he's like a pirate, but also like a superhero. I don't know if he made that himself. I never know what's going on with Dewey. But you don't want to take your eyes off of him because he is sorely mischievous. So long story, a little bit longer. I'm down there, and I'm wheeling out just another thing of cookies. They have like a tray of cookies, so you got them individually wrapped ones, but this ain't the 80s. You can give people an unwrapped cookie at the Nursing Home Mess Hall Fall Festival, so we putting them out too. And all of a sudden, Doreen has got that ladle in that little brew, that little Halloween punch bowl, that's got that sherbet in it and the 7-Up and whatever. And I kid you not, she bring that ladle out, and there's something just white and slimy hanging off the side, and there ain't nothing like sherbet ain't white and slimy, 7-Up ain't white and slimy, and then that dry ice is gone. You just looking at the smoke. So it's like nothing that's supposed to be in that recipe look like what we seeing on the side of this ladle. Well, lo and behold, Dewey Morton decided probably 20 minutes before, maybe 30 minutes before, to drop a handful of saltines into the punch bowl. You got them crackers. Oh, you ever seen a soggy cracker, y'all guys? It's dripping off the side of that thing. Boy, it just make you want to gag. It looks like, what in the world? Melted in there. It looks like somebody, has already been eaten and throwed back up into the punch bowl. We don't know. But all Doreen knows is she don't want that near. So out of nowhere, well, not really out of nowhere, she pulled that up. She see that. She screamed, and she throw that. And that ladle goes across the table to the other end where Dewey Morton was opening a Kit Kat, and he had a stack of chocolate chip cookies in front of him, and he got hit in the neck with the ladle, and then this slimy saltine cracker just stuck to like his big old earlobe. He got them droopy earlobes and the side of his neck, but it got all over the side of him. And he didn't know what happened. He was surprised. If he'd seen what Doreen pulled up, he would have been snickering and laughing because that was part of his prank. But he got all focused on something else, another task at the end of the table, which ended up being eating candy and cookies. And he didn't know that she got pranked because he wasn't there to watch it, even though he did that. He did the prank, but he didn't know that it was happening at that time. And then he gets hit in the neck with his own prank. It was like a trick or trick. Doreen got tricked, and then Dewey Morton got tricked, but it's almost like, hey, full circle on you, buddy. You mischievous gangster, or prankster, I guess. He's original prankster. I guess that's OP. And so, that was that. Trick or trick. But then we had to bring out, and we made another punch bowl in the back, and I put it out, I wheeled it out on one of them silver cart things, and I had some of that. So that's where the treat was, 100%. Got through all that. That was the Nursing Home Festival. Let's get back to the burger shed. So Danita and her husband, Neil McKinney, they was down there too. They run the live nativity in town. They about to crank up on that. But Nita, Bud's wife, and Donna Glenda and Gracie Dilroy was, they chit-chatting around the table. Okay, who do you think won? Who do you think got first place, second place, all that kind of thing. So kiddos won. So they had three winners. Let me go third place, second place, and then first place winner for this year's Burger Shed sponsored Halloween Kids Costume Contest that ended up with a $30 gift card to the Burger Shed. Now, second and third place, they got 20% off an order of $20 or more, something like that. It don't matter. It's a coupon. So anyhow, third place, Jesse Tucker. That's Russell Tucker's little boy. And I don't know what he was. He looked like a cowboy, but then somebody said, no, he was like someone more Pacific. Like, I don't know if he was like a pioneer feller, if he was like a Lewis and Clark or a Wild Bill Hickok, but I just call him a cowboy. Anyhow, he got a coupon. And then Maisley Grubbs. Maisley Grubbs, and you think, well, she probably just wore a junior cheerleading outfit. That's what I would have expected. But nope, Maisley dressed like a donut. She's like a big old sprinkled donut with her head came up the top of the donut. And then, like her body filled the donut hole because it goes straight around you. Anyways, she got a coupon too. And drum roll, please. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. The winner of the first annual, I don't know if they're going to do it next year or not, Kiddos Costume Contest sponsored by Burger Shed was Champ Tharp, Little Alan Jackson. Boy, Little Alan Jackson won. Good on you, Champ. And he can jump pretty good, too. His parents delivered him trampolines. I guess he spent some time on them. I don't know. But anyhow, y'all guys, it's been a hoot of a week in town. I hope the rest of your week is going to go great as you celebrate this fall seasons. Have a great Halloweens or whatever you're doing this week. Harvest Festival, all of that. And check them show notes, y'all guys, for all that's going on my website. And if you're in the Los Angeles or Chicago area in December, come see me. It's going to be a hoot, y'all guys. Keep sending in them questions for the Q&A, too. And hey, if you didn't have to lay down a moped in a ditch on Main Street dressed like a dinosaur this week, you having a pretty good week. Me, I'm Tabin Dillard. This is a Tabin Dillard podcast. Till next time, y'all guys. We'll see you later.